Welcome to the Angry Cranberry. Now, we are back to Disturbed, not the band, obviously. We are in the dungeon-esque type thing, and we have 4 different pathways to explore. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. Let's go. First, let's go behind us. You walk up to the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spiderweb covered walls and a ceiling. Oh, ha! Spiderweb cover the walls and ceiling. That's better. Where should you go now? Well, upstairs would bring me back to the thing, wouldn't it? I don't know. No. The far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there are only a couple of items in the room that could be useful. If nothing else, there's a key on the ground you will no doubt need. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your knife and stab the spider when you can. Unfortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. You begin to lose feeling all over your body, and everything goes black. Your adventure ends here. That was fast! I think that's the fastest I've ever died. Back to the corridor. I think I've already gotten the rope. Oh, there we go. The door behind us. I walk up the steps. Okay. Where should I go now? Go upstairs. You discovered what looks to be a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Browse the books. You take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients, Deception by Music, A Forgotten Power, Leave. I feel like that last one's not a book. A Forgotten Power, I think, is a good one. Let's see. Flipping through the pages, there's one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. If such fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. There is a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing the given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this, there are few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. Maybe I could use a harp on the spider? Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved around the Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way that is often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing stones in this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is the great mystery of the ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. You stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. That was a bizarre transition. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there's a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there's another passageway like this previous room. Give me what's in the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice that there's a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it alone. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made out of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are, Aramore. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area, made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings on the other areas of the globe. You climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. You've made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power, resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping energy away from your body. I wonder if I can destroy the stone. This may be your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight and feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life is drained from your body. Only bones remain to testify your death. Your adventure ends here. Okay, I'm gonna do all of those same things and get all the way to the tower and then leave the tower alone. Be right back. You turn and begin to exit through the hatch. To your surprise, you find it difficult to focus. You suddenly fall down through the hatch, it closing behind you. You hit on your head and tumble down the stairs like a rag doll. That's what it says. That's what it says. I didn't misread that one that time. With a broken neck, you struggle to live, only to die moments later. Your adventure ends here. Okay, so don't go to the tower at all. If you go to the tower, you die. Go outside. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of the spreading plague. There is a fountain before you, with statues on your right and left. There's a dark haze about the fountain. The water is black, and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull towards the fountain as if it were calling for something. Whoa, okay. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of thorn. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with one finger pointed up towards the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. Oh wait, that was what it was. Okay. Sorry. Before you stands an old angel statue that is broken to many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl, while the other hand is hovering over the bowl. You notice that there's only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. You feel you should keep your distance and just observe the statue. Oh, I could either go into the tower or exit the gated area. I'm gonna go into the tower. Did I just come from the tower? I don't know. You approach the door. As you reach for the doorknob, an invisible barrier stops you. It must be some sort of magic. Then I guess I'll fucking leave. 'Cause what else am I gonna do? You reach the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. We've come back, go back where the path split. Oh, I see. We've made a full circle. You approach the gate cautiously. Enter. Oh. Okay, we're back to where we started. The left door. You enter a small room with a large hole. There are other objects in the room, but none of them interest you. Will this move forward into the darkness? Can I can't go back? Ah, shit. Okay, I'm not the best at navigation, but there's some like looping mechanics going on that are confusing me. Got my rope. Try the right door. Whoa, okay, this is fucked up. You enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There's nothing on the shelves. As if someone cleaned this place out. You look into the pot but find nothing in it. With nothing else to see, you exit the room. And then finally the middle door. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages sure did not like being locked up. You notice that there is an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it is dead. You cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. You pull out your knife and prepare for an attack. The dog reacts and starts to growl at you. The hound dashes at you and sinks its teeth into you. Even with the knife, you barely cut the beast before it knocks the knife out of your hand. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Your adventure ends here. Okay. That was good. That was fun. Very creepy. I've got goosebumps. So, I think we've explored most of the underground tunnels at the tree and most of the building with the courtyard and the library and such. We'll call it a castle or a compound for now. We're gonna come back and we're gonna go down the other direction at that last split of the path. from before when we started all of this other stuff. So, thank you so much for watching The Angry Cranberry. Click like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. See you next time. Bye-bye.